Hey guys, welcome back to a Monsters Insight. And now we're on chapter 2 called There's a Heart That Beats as One. So last time we managed to go against Fernwave the Lost, and I guess we lost. Which I guess they say is okay because we're still progressing the story. Okay, so now, in spite of the outcome, which was bad, one question still lingers on my mind. How did I even get the chasm keyword in the first place? That's a good question. I remember darkness, and inky glass-like dripping blotches of nothing. And then I saw a red light. I returned to the present, at the Maldivian River. Fernway may have been delusional, but they were right about one thing. Only those that are lost can even enter the chasm to begin with. And Fernway may have called me for a dialogue, but someone called me first. Yeah, I think we have been to the chasm before somehow. Someone who gave me the chasm keyword. Maybe they were right. The chasm did call me. And if that were true, stop. I don't need to go on needless tangents right now. I mean, yeah, it means we must be lost somehow. So what if I have doubts? Doesn't everyone? And what does it matter if the chasm called me? I doubt I'll ever see it again. Some questions can't be answered. As you were deep in thought, you turn your head towards the Bahu Bay. Is that a building there? Across the horizon, you noticed a new fair eclipse. A new fair eclipse the sky. I don't think I've seen this one before. There are signs, voices, and noises relating to the fair surrounding you. I mean, I hear the river, the Maldivian River, I guess. Disembodied mouths and screeches from the void start whispering in the ears of passerbys. Kind of like the intro of like the whole game. Need something to relax? Something to ease your worries? Feeling directionless? Losing your heart? Tired of feeling at all? Joy the Fun Fair, where all your cares can go to waste. Sign-ups are free. We have free fresh juice and snacks. Advertisements for the Fun Fair? Like Fun Fair as in like, huh. What kind of snacks do they have? You pick up a cube of goo from the dock floor. Snacks include glummy livers, turret, salgars, and classic homemade salts and gnats. Salts and gnats. I mean, I guess they are monsters. They would eat weird things. Oh, Kichi loves salts and gnats. If snacks are free, I might as well take the charity. I mean, I would too. You turn to whisper in one of the disembodied mouths. Hi. You guys were saying something about free snacks? Coming right away. The mouth begins to eat itself, and then spins outward from where it was. It orbits around an empty point in space, whilst simultaneously rotating on an axis. Then it comes to a stop. Open the top of my head. Of my head? Wasn't there just a mouth? Inside were the snacks listed on the cube of goo. Glummy livers, turret salgars, and salts and gnats. Please take the fresh juice, too. You oblige. Congratulations! Your ceremony of commencement will begin shortly. Pardon, my ceremony of what? Now that you've given in to the desires of delectable dining, we think you're ready. Ready? Ready for what? We've always been proud of you. Oh, thank you. You've been like a son to us. The game of catch you couldn't reach, so you fell down. What does that mean? And there was no one to catch or fall. A different mouth approaches you. But now, someone is here to catch the fall. We're here, Gabe. Gabe? Ready to catch your fall. Is our name Gabe? No. First off, my name isn't Gabe. Secondly, I'm just going to take the snacks and go. No, don't you know? When you join the fun fair, don't you know what happens next? I haven't joined anything. You took the snacks. God damn it. You're in. I'll return them. The first mouth interrupts the second one. Wait, we apologize. Perhaps you weren't ready. We're sorry we let you down, our sweet little child. At least will you attend orientation day? For what? The fun fair? Oh, the fun fair is a one-off event for the core meal. Who is all in one. Fun fair. Keyword. Wait, the core meal? Oh, yes. Sorry, we should have led with that first. Cormune is a collective hive mind. Instead of terror or brute force, they've infected other worlds to conquer them. Offering free snacks at a quasi-carnival wouldn't be how I imagined running into one. So it's okay, it wants us to merge with the hive mind, I guess. So orientation is what again? Well, we will introduce you to the philosophies of the Vinakava. Isn't the Vinakava like related to the heart? Okay, and say why you should join us. Sounds reasonable. That may be true. But if I don't join, they will certainly kill me. And if I don't agree to do the orientation, they'll kill me too. So, yeah, we have to, yes. Just my lucky day. But maybe I can turn this into my favor. I was wondering, would it be possible to meet Cormune? Oh no, you don't understand. Cormune is all of us. Cormune is one. Cormune is all. So yeah, so I guess they're saying that we're speaking to Cormune right now. Cormune is me, and Cormune is you. So right now, I'm talking to Cormune. Yes. I don't think any of your Minakava lackeys are going to convince me. If I'm doing an orientation, I need to hear it from the core of the hive mind themselves. Interesting. Nobody cares to meet the ones who started it all. And if you meet Cormune, you would consider joining the Minakava, yes? I mean, it's nice that they're offering us a choice and not just like subjugating us to like become part of the hive mind. Most definitely not. Most definitely not. But I need to get out of this conversation. What time works for you? Oh my god, is this like an interview? Well, what about tomorrow? That also works. Good. Good. They drop to the floor and then dissolve. I think I can get out of this one. Maybe? I'm sorry. You did what now? And we're back home. Yay. Hi, Kishi. Trust me, Kishi, this is going to be a good thing. I don't have a problem with the whole joining a collective hive mind thing. That's your choice. But meeting Cormune? What possible reason could you have for doing that? I didn't do the best front way, but I need to move on from that. To something undeniably more dangerous? I didn't die last time, so I better stay on my lucky streak of living. Why would Cormune ever let you be their siphon? They're a collective hive mind. They have better things to do. One mind or many, everyone has their secrets. And everyone can be exploited with hindsight. Can we level up? No. Oh, I also got you some snacks. Salt and nuts? Ooh, wait. Aren't you distracting me from the current issue at hand? I take the salt and gnats over the hearth and start sizzling them. Ichi stops and starts drooling over its four mouths. 4. Turret salgars, when smoked and dusted, can act as a good seasoning over glummy livers. I start preparing that dish on top of the hearth and in the compressing chamber. Whilst the food is being molded and heated, I take out the fresh juice and make 2 glasses. In a small shot glass for Kichi, and a medium-sized one for me. The glummy livers look a little underbaked, so I set it alight and re-squeeze its juices. So, what are you going to do? I'm going to try my best to convince them to let me be their siphon. I'm not talking about that. I meant, how are you going to win Cormu's favor? Look, I think it's time to eat. I plate the seasoned glummy livers and salts and gnats. They wibble and swim around. Don't sweat a thing, Kishi. I got this. And I have some time to prep for tomorrow. Tomorrow is in a few lunar hours. I know. You have a location? Yeah. I know where I need to go. No worries. By the way, if you want help, the Gnarg works at the Zilker. So the Gnarg was the person at the bar. That was the other option. So is Zilker the bar? Thank you, Kichi. We ate the rest of our meal in silence. I turned off the noise machine to ease the room. But the only thing we heard at night were the noises from the outer world and the cries from the blackened skies. Ooh. Good music. With nothing better to do, I pick up the papers on the floor and start reading them. Headline: Morgul, the Destroyer of Worlds, has recently been granted the standing of Great Terror. After the crusade against the Planktonian dimension, it has now accumulated enough cult of followers to earn the title. Great terrors are indifferent to this change. Old terrors are disturbed, and dark terrors want him dead. Huh. So it looks like great terrors are like the top because they don't really care, and old terrors are like concerned, I guess. You have 1 point left to reassign to stats. I mean, our reputation is kind of bad, so let's put that up. You can continue reading to gain more points to raise your stats. Or you can scout for knowledge to gain keywords, also plus 1 knowledge stats. I think our stats are kind of too low, so I think we need to raise them. I think that's why we failed the first time, because our stats are like way too low. So I think our knowledge and intellect are fine. We don't really have to be likable, but yeah, I think our reputation needs to go up. So let's put that in. Perception. Yeah, let's use our perception too. You learned the art of sprezzatura, the ability to appear to do something incredible effortlessly. More headlines were about Squid's defiler of the deceased, raising her undead army. Okay, so preparation time for the dialogue is up. Now, the silver tongue will attempt to win the favor of the interlocutor, Cormu, where one is all. Oh, this kind of has that like cyberpunk feel to it, I guess. Interesting. Look at the signs. Okay, I knew that orientation would take place in the topioetic orb above the Murong Solas border. The mouths and voices from last time were there to greet me and asked me to don a new robe. Like a whole cult. And then they beckoned me to float into the orb floating above the Moonrongo. The topoetic orb structure, like a mechanical puzzle, began to undo itself. When the entrance opened, the orb resembled a sphere with a slice taken out. A sphere with a slice taken out, like Pac-Man? I went inside. Looks kinda fleshy looking. Interesting. After navigating through the multiple vessels in the canals, I finally arrived at the core. This core room is the abode of the core Mew, the mind of the hive mind, or the heart of the Vinakawa collective. Huh, interesting. And attached to the top of this ceiling, there's no other than the heart itself. When I took a step on the ground, the cardium floor jumped. And Core Mew immediately knew I was there. Slowly, they began to descend from the ceiling. Is an actual heart. Oh. It kind of reminds me of that one character from like Adventure Time. That's like also a heart. I don't know why it reminded me of that, but yeah. Hovering above me, the cords of arteries and veins fall delicately past them like strands of hair. It kind of does look like hair, yeah. Silver tongue. Are you ready for orientation? Always happen. If you're ready to discuss, you don't need to ask. I don't know if I'll ever be. If you're ready to discuss, give my own ideas a fair chance. Have a conversation. Haha. Sure. No. We here also want to make you do a little survey before we start orientation. We hope this is fine with you. Sure. I feel a quake underneath my feet. Please take a step back. I do so, and from where I was once standing, the floor caves into a hole, which then forms into a mouth-like shape. The floor ejests something into the room. The yellow and white bile floats in the room, free of gravity. As I was in awe, the hole starts closing itself up by pulling in the meaty floor that surrounds it. Similar to quicksand. As it does so, the bile transfers into a smectic A state, where it crystallizes to form a piece of paper. Kind of disgusting, for sure. We just want to know if you have any allergies, friends or family you care about, or salt on you. I mean, we had that salts and gnats. But also, this is about if you've joined any hive minds in the past, how long you've existed as a singleton, etc. Is there some kind of writing device I could use? Look up, Silvertongue. Above me, I see a black artery descend from the ceiling. With black ink, I suppose. Squeeze it to get some ink out of it. Continue squeezing and pressing it as you write. After a few minutes, I'm done filling out the survey. What will this be used for? We thank you very much for your cooperation. Now we're sure you have a lot of questions, which will be answered in due time. However, we were very curious to learn more about you. How come? Why, of all the people we've recruited, you're the only one who started making demands. And the only one to make a reasonable demand at that, to see us. Sometimes, amongst the multitude of faces, you singletons fail to grasp our reality. Singletons being a collector's word for those who are not in Haiman, yeah. And it is because you don't understand us that we have this gap in understanding. If only you could understand why everyone would want to be in the Vinakava. And in your individualistic world, you think in singleton ways. You cannot comprehend our multitude, our numbers, nor our omnipotent presence. No, you need to you need to do something to center those ideas in a singular being. Which in this case would be the vessel you see before you. Huh. I don't know if I'm grasping your concepts any better. Why, what incredible intuition. You really think of self as the root of everything? Let's just not say anything. Not much of a talker. At least you don't object to the idea. Regardless, we hope that you and us can come to an understanding somewhere. There must be some foundation for mutual trust. After all, why were you at the fun fair? I mean, we were there for free food, but... Ooh, I was lost. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Lost? We think we've heard of such a thing before. All the more you should come join us. Here we will grant you the purpose you desperately need. You wouldn't want to get whisked away by that dreadful being. What was your name again? Formways? I mean, pretty close. Fernways? Fernway of the Lost. Ah, yes. Imagine you had run into them. What a disaster it would be. Oh, please do tell me what would have happened. Let's just say you wouldn't be alive right now. Clearly they missed the mark with this one. Guess who's sitting in the flesh right now? But we just want to understand why. How should we put it? Why would you insist on meeting with us if you have no intention on joining the Vinakava? Our time and resources are precious. Resources? What exact resources are you expending on talking to me? Wow, hahaha. I mean time, for one. You have a lot of audacity to go ahead and asking us doltish questions like that. Rapture. Everything about the rapture needs to be measured precisely, done with the utmost concentration. The rapture. Cormian's body is pulsating at 2 different speeds. It's like 2 things are struggling for control. Are there 2 minds? Urges? It's why all of us bother living at all. Seeking the rapture is one of the wise decisions in a balance. Ooh, what was that? For we should not have to suffer. Ooh. Haha, silly. Why are we talking when we can show them for what it is? Let me... The lights are out. And your face begins to contort itself. It looks like blood stopped moving through its limbs and veins. Then, it awakes once more. Our sincerest apologies for what you just saw. Huh. So like when the words get weird, like it's like randomly capitalizing, it's like different personality, I guess. A silence steps into the chamber, lingering over both you and your interlocutor. Before we begin, we were wondering a few more things. Please. What is the most lacking thing in your life? What is the one thing you wish you could change? Has your staff changed at all? Oh, our reputation is like really high up. Because there would be no other reason why anyone would join us if they didn't want to leave something behind. You feel entitled to know this? You feel entitled to come to the core of the Vina Cava, Cormium, and demand a meeting from us. So the least you could do is answer our questions. I guess. They're pushing back. This isn't exactly a great sign. I don't know if I could be fully honest. I seek... joy in my life when there is none, to be rid of the pain that carries me, more power to add to what I already have, knowledge and an understanding of the world. They talked about suffering, right? So let's go with to be rid of the pain that carries me. And where is this pain coming from? It's from... Think, what are some things that cause people pain? I would just say life in general. But I feel like it's not specific enough. My malformed body. Vessels are not permanent. In death, only souls will remain. Here at the Vina Cava, we can liberate you from your flesh. And you can move into one great network of minds where only your soul will exist, or as a mouth, I guess. Some new limbs of the cormiums begin attaching themselves to the ceiling. We think it would be an appropriate time to give a tour of the Cardian. The Cardian is the name of the orb that we're currently inside. Yeah, I assumed. I start walking towards the exit, adjusting the fabrics of my clothes on the way out. I notice that the Cormian doesn't follow me, and remains attached to the chamber ceiling. I guess they can't really move well. Are you to come with me? Yeah. We as Cormian cannot move from this chamber, but we as a Vina Cava can give a quick tour. The hovering mouse from before appeared in front of me. Both the mouse and the beating cormium speak in tandem. If you could follow us, please. Certainly. Instead of taking me out of the chamber, they move me to the opposite side of the room. Tubes, veins, and arteries fall down from the ceiling and start to take a life of their own. All of them are drawn to me, as if we were magnets. Wait, hold on. What's happening? Who said you were leaving this room for the tour? Oh god. Please, allow yourself to be connected to our network. No. Of course they find any opportunity to connect me to the hive mind. Does this mean it's over before they even started? What exactly are you doing? We're going to show you projections from our collected mind. It's easier to just see visualizations, rather than go through all the trouble of walking around. As you can feel the tubes suck at your skin pores, a thought crosses through your mind. Wait, if they're showing projections from your mind, that means I can use insight. But no, as much as they can see what's in your mind, they can also see what's in mine. So they'll know I can traverse their mind. I may suspect something. Cormium's main form descends from the ceiling again. Time is running out. What should I do? Our perception passed. I think we should use insight. And so you do. Core immune. Core assimilate with us. You must assimilate with us. We are one. Don't you see? Nobody can discover that we are two minds. Nobody. Make sure nobody knows that answer. Two minds. Two minds? One on Earth. So that means, yeah, I knew I was right. And finally, there is our ritual site, which is... Have you been listening to us at all? Who are you? Exactly what we said we are. We are the core Mew. No, I asked, who are you? The both of you. The both? I'm sorry, I don't think we understand. Don't play this game with me. You both know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, pray tell, if we could ever understand what you're talking about, how would you have been able to get such information? Trying to deflect the blame onto me? We'll see. Hooking me up to your brains, plural, was a good start. So you shouldn't be surprised that I could get that information. Did you turn off the mainframe connector? Mainframe connector? I'm certain we did. Incompetent moron. Listen, I don't know what you saw. Since when did they start using singular pronouns? But you must have mistaken all the overload of sensory information for a crazy conspiracy. Are you intoxicated? Maybe under the influence of damaging substances? Because frankly, I would have no idea as to how you could make such a connection. It's funny, isn't it? Because I never explicitly stated what I saw. Oh, you didn't, did you? But I know that you know what I saw. So I think that you know what I'm talking about. And if that's the case, then my surprise, my shock, isn't so unfounded, is it? Haha, really? So why don't you go ahead and say it? You may have two separate beings as a collection. A second thought, I should make assumptions, or ever hear it from you. You may have two separate beings. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm saying it like it is. Fair enough. I just wouldn't understand why you would try to hide such a thing. It's not that we're hiding it, we're just parts of the hive mind ourselves. We can't afford to be broken into two anymore. Our core and Mew still. But if you'd rather hear it from me, in my words, yes, we are a hive mind. Yes, we are also two singleton souls weaved together. Weaved. What do you mean by weaved? It means we're fused into one mind and soul. Core Mew isn't just core and Mew together. It's a whole new being, a whole new person, whole new world. And that person is a blended flavor of core and Mew's consciousness. Yes, we are core and Mew, where two is all. I noticed that the colors changed, where now there is a distinct line between the two halves, one with a greater red hue, the other with a blue hue instead. Even though they're undeniably connected, they also look more fractured than before. Oh, yeah. This is Mew speaking. That's the blue one on the right. I am Core, the red one on the left. Where once there was a unity, or a plethora of voices, now each half of the Core Mew sound distinct and clear. Almost like two separate singletons' voice. There. Satisfied? No. More in. So it looks like Mew is like the sensible one, or the logical one, and Core is like the one that's like more fractured and yeah. You can go back to being one. Thank you. Just as quickly as I separated, they fused back together. From this first impression, I can say this. Core seems to be interested in something flashy, eye-catching, or captivating. Huh. That's the red one. You need to get their attention and appeal to their immediate emotions and instinct. Mew seems to be the one in charge of reason and logic, yeah. It will need to think I'm trustworthy in order for me to be in their favor. So I think based on our stats of 5 reputable, we're gonna go and appeal to Mew. Maybe being too charismatic could make you come across as a sycophant. I mean, our charisma is like 1. I think that's fine. Don't tell us that we need to entertain you any longer. Now, I think it's best to answer those burning questions you have. The ones you travel all the way for. The questioning will now begin. Use the keywords you have so far to ask me core meme about them. You cannot address the individuals of core meme yet. So all questions will be asked to the collective being core meme. To do this, okay, yeah. Because once you've had a question about keyword, that's it. You cannot go back to it. Anything else left to ask? What are the keywords again? Funfair, rapture, pain. What's a non-keyword? Okay, ask him about soul. Let's go with core. Maybe about core. Well, core and mume are separate parts of core mume. And if there is, indeed, a split between you two, how does controlling the Minakava work? What does core contribute? That is none of. Just as core mume opened their mouths to speak, they were split once again as they were before. Out, one of the colored hues began to speak. The rapture. Where is the rapture? Wasting time. Need it now. Calm yourself. They formed back together as one. Please, excuse us. As you can probably guess, core is responsible for the rapture. Rapture is pleasure, okay, or pleasure we feel. They're the glue that sticks this whole thing together. Without them, the rapture wouldn't be nearly as good as it was. Core ensures that every member of the Minakava vigorously seeks this rapture, so like pleasure seeking. And the power of their instinct and immediate needs makes the collective more effective as one. So core and core meme acts like the instinct or intrinsic desire in everyone for rapture. They don't seem that articulate and seem to be really pressed for time. Hell, they even thought talking to me right now is a time waster. Almost like they're addicted to it. Do you have anything else left to ask? That's about Mew. What part does Mew play within the core Mew? What do you mean? We're two halves of one collective core. But there must be a separation for a reason. And if that isn't the case, then I would have guessed that perhaps you do different tasks? We both do what's needed for the Minakava. No one does less or more than the other. Perhaps Mew will speak when they so wish. But right now, they'd rather hear your other questions. Do you have anything else left to ask? Huh. Okay. Is there anything we want to ask? Let's ask about what is this place called again? Like Card something? Cardinal? Card. I guess we go ask about Minakava. Mainframe connector. Okay. Mainframe connector. Oh, okay. Mainframe. Minakava. Cardigan. Okay, so that's not. Yeah, let's just use a keyword to ask. Pain. What is it about pain that you avoid it so much? Why, pain is the reason we suffer. It is nature's greatest enemy. When we were born, none of us asked for a life of punishment, of needless agony. That is because life is unjust. It wastes our time and tries to murder us before we truly know what it means to be alive. But like any challenge, we can always find workarounds, solutions if you will. And The workaround for us is the Vina Cava. If you join the Vina Cava, you never have to feel this pain again. For you see, just as Corbin was talking, their face undergoes a fission of sorts. Did they split into two again? Okay. You can hear two singleton screaming voices yelling at each other. Chromium itself begins to melt and bleed from its mouth. For you see, it is such a difficult process to manage. The wise person should be in control of pleasures rather than be enslaved to them. Otherwise, pain will result. And the greatest one of all is the rapture. Ooh. Which is why even a delay. Stop. Please, need the rapture now. Hold on a second. I need to evaluate how much pain we'll get out of it. I don't care. We need this now. Time is precious. What? I always thought that these two would be in perfect harmony. Chromium's body is about to burst. You have to pick a side. Turns out I may not have to convince Chromium. It looks like I'm going to have to pick a side. Maybe have the two fuse back together? Let's go with me. Because based on our reputation, it's pretty high. If that's going to be the case, then I need to take a look inside their mind. Ooh. Like our mind, the final answer is split in two. The first half is for you to find, the second half is your previous answer to get the key. Two minds? Okay. First half plus the old answer equals final answer. Okay. L to B. First half of the final answer. XK equals okay. A B C D E F G H I J K L M oh shit, this is time and shit. Okay. Oh wow, there are like multiple things. The bees can hunt you down using their noses. They sniff to help. They sniff to find your last letter T. Scent or the smell. You obtain the key to the other door. So, L to B. Is it NA? Okay. NA. 2 lines. NA. Nascent. I see in front of me that my insight was to cause the strain on Cormu. They're panicking, out of breath and confused as to what they're feeling. My power does come with its downsides, that being they're able to notice a difference in fatigue, pain levels, etc. And as a collective, they will be more aware of this versus other singleton creatures. What happened? What just happened? Who cares? Make the pain go away, Mew. Me? It's your job. Okay, so Mew makes the pain go away, and then Core seeks pleasure. Don't worry, I can fix this. Alright. So what are you gonna do? Hey, reputation passed. To me, I can see the clear problem as to what's happening. The pain... No, it's something a little bit deeper than that. I take a pause for effect. And then I dip my feet into their waist, swirling it around. I think that the two of you aren't working. What are you suggesting? How dare you? Can't you see? We're fine. We don't need your help. I'm not saying that you two are broken. On the contrary, I would actually consider your proposition of the Vina Cava. Simply put, I think there could be a few changes made. Are you insinuating we're inadequate? No, on the contrary, I think you're in the nascent stages of reaching your full potential. We've developed a system we have in place for eons. Why would a simpleton like you know any better? It is because I'm coming from an outsider perspective. You've been living with yourself for so long. You can't see if there are any structural issues that are holding you back. For me, the defect is clear and obvious. Wouldn't you say so, Mew? I have no idea what you're talking about. I turn my head and stick my tongue out in Cora's direction. At first, Mew doesn't get the hint, but then there are huge changes and their eyes widen. Cora doesn't even notice me staring at them. Rapture. Where? We need a no. What? Someone who acts purely based on instinct. Someone who is enslaved to their desires. Someone who is addicted to the thing that everyone else needs. Doesn't act in the interest of the greater good. I'll tell you what they do. They hold the rest of the collective back. I pull in my tongue and turn my attention back towards Mew. You see it now too, don't you? The embarrassing and shameful character splits that happened earlier. The fission of Core Mew into Core Mew. The desperation to recruit me. The illogical decisions you make. There's a common factor here. Don't you say another word. I know precisely what you're doing. Why on earth would I care about your opinion of me? It's hardly germane to the situation at hand. As someone who's interested in joining the Vina Cava, you're not making a very good sell. If you two can't even keep it together for an important orientation, if you ask me, I scraped the top side of my horn to let there be a moment of silence. This has been less of my orientation and more of witnessing your mental breakdown. I wish Core is invaluable to the process. There's a reason that Vina Cava doesn't get tired of excessive rapture. Actually, you make an interesting point. Let's say that Core wasn't here. Then everyone who would be desensitized to pleasure if that became their status quo. Yes? Yes. And as a Vina Cava, you can change your desires and wills? That is correct. Does this also include emotions and memory? Yes. But we try not to tamper with memory. I know you're just saying that so I wouldn't be afraid of joining the Vina Cava if I'm in for memory loss. Don't worry, I don't have that many treasure experiences I would need to remember. Wow, so I'm really buffing my way through this. Committing to join a hive mind I have no intention of assimilating into. But what if, after every rapture, there was an emotional reset? If you could reprogram the Vina Cava to forget the experience they undergone, that would mean that every new rapture would feel like they felt it for the first time. Yeah, so like resetting like the set point for pleasure. Also, their bodies will still have the sensation of missing the rapture that they once had. So in that case, Core wouldn't be needed. And you will occupy the whole Core Mew with just one singular head. Core. Hurry up already. I mean, charisma fail, I think that's good, right? Because you want our reputation to pass and charisma to fail with me. Hurry up already. There's the rapture. Core, I don't think there's gonna be one today. Insolent fool. Ow. Mew clearly is having a hard time disposing of Core. Or maybe Core could be an asset to our side. I mean, I think we should just let Mew dispose of Core. I stay silent and let it happen in front of me. Core, please listen to us. This is going to be Mew's last request. I know it. Fool, you said I could have the rapture. Core? We don't need to hear any more of this. We don't need to hear any more of this. Oh no. In my eyes, I witnessed Core and Mew fuse back together as one. As they're no longer separated, this means that you think you can get under our skin, Oh, did we fail again? Nice try. We have to admit you're a rather impressive specimen. Surely you're the more impressive that we could use in addition to the Vina Cava, yes? Wait, I never made my final decision. Too late. No, I was so sure there was a way out. At least I can damage their mind. I can make it out of here. So maybe this time. What is this place? Oh, it's wonderful. Yes, truly wonderful. We can't wait to start this new day here with everyone else. We think it's time to start again. We need to make more come. We'll make more come. More will come. More will be assimilated. More will join us. More is needed after all. For the rapture. Void End. What was your name again? Okay, I guess that was the Monstrous Insight, made by Arkicade. I mean, I guess we failed both encounters, but I guess we got like a truly Lovecraftian ending, I guess. We're just assimilated and just into like this whole hive mind. But yeah, this was a pretty interesting game. I enjoyed it for the most, yeah. Right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.